Previously on the super lovely uber fantastical Bleach. Hey everybody, I'm Stern Ritter L. Come and feel my love.
Yeah, we all know who you are, Pepe.
Oh yeah? Well, look at me. Now look at Meninas. Now look back to me. Now look back at Meninas. She's she-hulking out. She's punching you in the face. Now look over at Shuhei. I've taken control of him. Now back to me. I'm Cupid if he was a 400-pound overweight pedophile. Oh, damn that hurt. I gotta take care of the... Oh, damn. Hi, Lilota.
Look at me. Now look back at you. You're bleeding out. Now look down at your pants. You're wetting yourself. Now look back to me. I'm gonna fucking eat you.
Everybody, Tekking101 here, here to review Bleach chapter number 597, entitled Winded by the Shadow. So we start off with a... Wait, crap, Shadow was in the chapter title. Well, you know, I haven't done that running gag for almost 100 chapters, so I don't think anybody's going to be able to get it, even if I... Okay, apparently somebody got it. Alright, whatever, let's just start. Alright, so chapter starts with Pepe getting knocked into that building by Zombie Kensei last chapter. There's completely dark as shit in there. You know, he's thinking like he's getting back up. He's like, oh man, I gotta teach those guys a lesson. Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna be able to do that, buddy. I mean, I crunched the numbers on this. Mayuri Kurotsuchi took out 3 Stern Ritters. Bambietta Basterbine, granted she was a zombie, but she still had her power, so I'm counting it. She took out Giselle Guel and you, Pepe Wakabrata, all without pretty much any kind of effort on his part. I don't think you're going to be able to win this. But anyway, while he's trying to get back up, trying to act as revenge, we had Loloto, Lampert, Stern Ritter G, the glutton, just appear behind him. And she didn't have any kind of facial expression to inflict any kind of terror into Pepe. But nevertheless, Pepe basically just dropped his fudge at the sight of her. And that's where we pick up here, with Pepe paralyzed with fear, kind of backing away from Loloto. You know, he's still got like a freaking bloody nose. He can barely stand up. You know, he's already pretty much damage from Kensei's like onslaught, like MMA style, knocking him into the side of this building. And all the while, Loloto's just same expression, just looking at him, just like she's not even nodding her head. She's just like slowly walking toward Pepe, slowly manifesting her Volt standing wings behind her, which, by the way, I'm keeping key for that. That's basically the same thing as her walking toward Pepe, slowly pulling out an assault rifle, slowly cocking it, slowly taking aim. That's the equivalency I get when she's, like, manifesting her wings. She's doing it deliberately, slowly, just to enact the fear of God into him. So she finally starts speaking, and she's just saying, like, very calmly, she's just like, dude, you damn well tried to kill us all. At the very least, you gotta take responsibility, you know? Okay, I got so creeped out by Loloto in this chapter because you know what? Loloto, I mean, we got hints of this earlier. She's basically the tactician of the Vonden clique. She's honestly one of the more intelligent members of the entire Stern Ritter that we've seen thus far. Of course, we're excluding like Hashwolf and Yuha. Like, aside from that, she's pretty intelligent. So I think at the same point, she's intelligent enough to know that not to lose her cool. So you know, it's like okay, imagine you go to a bar with your girlfriend, and this kind of example only really applies to guys, but whatever. Imagine you go to a bar with your girlfriend, right? And there's this other girl there that's kind of flirting with you. So, you know, you're an idiot. While your girlfriend goes to the bathroom, you start hitting on this other girl. And little do you know, though, this girl has a boyfriend that's with her, and, you know, you turn around and her boyfriend's right there, and he drags you out to the back of the bar and starts beating the ever-loving shit out of you in the alleyway. So you're lying on the ground, you're beaten to shit, you got your teeth that are, like, scattered around you, and you're sitting there and you're just in, like, horrible pain. But then as you look up at the end of the alleyway, you see your girlfriend, who you abandoned to hit on this other girl, at the end of the alleyway, and she has a bland expression on her face, and she's just walking towards you slowly, and you know that despite the fact that you have so much pain right now from that beating that guy laid on you, the worst is yet to come. That's not even an appetizer in Loloto's book. You know, Kensei goes all freaking boom, 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 John Cena on your ass. He's like, okay, yeah, that's a good start, but we're gonna finish this. Oh, nom, 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 nom. That's how she does it. And Pepe's expression here, my God, it's beautiful. His eyes get sunken back into his head. He starts bawling his eyes out like in some vain expression of just, oh, look at me, I'm so pathetic. Please don't kill me. We ain't having none of that. We cut to the title page, and then we just see this one little panel where we just see like behind a wall or something, and just Pepe's bloody screams as he is devoured by this little lolly. And I just fucking love it. I bust out laughing when I saw that because that is freaking beautiful. Same thing, the problem that I have with Pepe is the same shit I had with Gremmy. His power is defined, his personality is defined by his power. There's no original personality here. There's no, unique character traits. Gremmy was the visionary. He would always spout about how imagination is great even though he sucked at it. Then he got killed and I like, yes. And then we have Pepe, same deal. His power is the love. He just spouts on how love is love and love is lovely and I love so much. Characters like that, they deserve to go out like this, okay? Gremmy deserved to get the shit kicked out of him by Kenpachi, and, while it might not have been the way I expected Pepe to go out, it still works for him, so whatever, he's gone. But no, we cut about like 10,000 miles above the Seirete, or how many, I don't think we ever got a meters exactly how high up it was. We go back to the Soul Palace. So that's pretty cool. I thought, let's see what that fight's going with Korinji and Yuha Bach. And this fight's always been kind of tricky for me to kind of gauge how this was going to go. We have a member of the Zero Squad, the squad that has been known for years, and we know there are a number of badasses, and the 5 of them together are stronger than the rest of Gotei 13. But then we have the main antagonist of this entire arc, Yuha Bach, and I was trying to figure of some way this fight could go down, because obviously Yuha can't go down now. It's just not going to happen. So I figured, okay, maybe Korinji's going to be like the first guy to actually injure Yuha. How kind of like Shinji first against Aizen, and Shinji was like, remember how thinking that was such a big deal when Aizen got cut? Those of you who haven't been reading Bleach for the past, 4 years or something, you guys do know, probably closer to 5 years at this point, you don't know how big of a deal it was when Shinji cut Aizen, and we saw blood coming from Aizen. That was like a holy shit kind of moment in Bleach, because that shit just didn't happen before. So I thought Korinji was going to be able to do that with Yuha. Maybe manage to scuff him a little bit. Maybe cause a bruise. Maybe cut his hair a little bit. Maybe tear his clothing. No, we get none of that. Korinji's standing there, sweat dripping down his face, and he is just completely bamboozled as what the fuck is going on in this fight, because as he states, and we get elaboration later, but he's stating, I can't hit this guy. No matter what I do, nothing's getting through. I just can't touch him. So I'm thinking, all right, we haven't really gotten elaboration on what Yuha's power is, what the A indicates. I always thought it meant the absolute, but, fuck all things that could actually mean. So Korinji, we finally get like an explanation of exactly what happens. He takes Kinpika, which for some reason, it looks like it's sealed again. I don't know. Like his Zanpakuto is light-based, so, it emits light like last time we saw, but it's like a normal, like, spear-looking thing we see this time. It has no indication that it's using any kind of Shikai ability other than the fact that when he slices and tries to attack Yuha, the slice kind of, number one, it sort of distorts the space and it completely goes around Yuha, Hashwalt, and Uryu. So here's my idea. The actual cut itself, because its ability is light-based, maybe its ability is to distort space. How like bend like refraction of light, maybe that sort of deal. And the actual cut itself was just twisted around Yuha and his little clique. So that's what he was freaking out about. Like he goes to attack him straight and the attack just ends up going around him completely. And he can't figure this out. He's like, he's not using illusions. He's not dodging me. He's not using any ability that I can foretell coming directly from him or Hashwalt or Ryu. It's just my attacks are just going in another direction. This is not making any sense. Tara shows up at the top of the next level of stairs that Yuha was walking towards, and she has some company. She has her little loyal soldiers, which, by the way, indicating of that, I'm just going to say that the Zero Squad is given those little cities by the Soul King. I'm saying that those, like, in those cities, they're given subjects to rule over, like, they're kings of a particular city, so they have, particular followers. Maybe they're even seen as gods to them. Like, they pray to Shutara, they pray to Korinji. Lord knows why you would want to pray to Korinji, but, whatever. Hey, at least pray to Nimaya. At least pray to Nimaya, because you'd be like, oh, yeah, please give me one of your sword harem chicks or whatever. But, no, I'm assuming it's like that. Like, they're each given a little mini kingdom to rule over. That's where all these people are coming from. So, Shutara has what I like to call the Shutara Senjumaru BDSM squad, and you could obviously see what she's into. Ha, you silly girl. You don't think I would have come prepared for BDSM? What do you think Hashwalt's letter is? He is the bondage. I am gonna take you out, lady. But, maybe you could whip me a couple times first, and, I'll go a little easy on you just so you can get off some hits, but, then I'm gonna take you down! These 8 soldiers appear wearing, black She-Hawk I guess, or, like, battle gi or whatever, and they're all wearing black masks, these little, little tuffles on them, they look pretty cool. So, Shutara looks pretty damn confident that she's gonna be able to beat Yuha's ass. She even looks down him in the staircase, like looking down at him like, oh, you're just a peon, I could take you out so easily. It's been a while, and she pertains the fact like you've came to the Soul Palace because you got a inflated head because you defeated Genryusai. What I'm getting from that is Shutara is basically saying like, oh, you defeated the head captain, you think you're good enough for the Soul Palace. So maybe that's implying like she's stronger than the head captain, or together as one is way stronger, like leagues above Yamamoto. From what we're about to see, I can, you know, like debate that fact, but essentially Yuha starts walking up the stairs. I'm getting vibes from the Rocky movie, you know, when Rocky's jumping up the steps, he's like, getting strong now, except it's with a long-haired German, well, whatever. So anyway, Yuha gets to the top of it. I guess he uses Hirin Kyaku. He just kind of cracks a little bit of a smile, appears behind Shutara, and she's just like, oh, you're insolent. Become rust on the Soul King's blade. And she releases her ultimate, final, finishing ultimate attack. I used ultimate there twice. Whatever. She uses some big fuck-off attack. She makes all 8 of the soldier BDSM squad members attack him with swords. Okay, now, well, first off, you know, he avoids it the same way that he avoided all Korinji's attacks. By the way, I don't know what the hell happened to Korinji. Korinji attacked Yuha, you know, his attack, you know, bent, it didn't work, he's behind him, just like, I don't know what to do, guys. I want to run home now. I don't know. We don't see Korinji the rest of this chapter. It's just like kind of like he gave up and ran away. And so we have Shutara here, who also a member of the Hero Squad, and she just uses these guys with swords. I mean, you think, I'm expecting something a little bit more epic here, guys. Fire off a lightning bolt, you know, summon, you know, I don't know, a giant statue from on high to crush you all. It doesn't have to work. It can be a little cooler. You're the freaking Zero Squad. I'm expecting something cooler than just a bunch of guys holding regular swords. At least make them, I don't know, give somebody a hammer or a battle axe or something. Make it cool. But yeah, Yuha basically tells them to all get bent, and Shutara's completely puzzled by this the same way Korinji was. You know, it's like, it's not an illusion. He's not dodging. I don't get what this is. Her questions are basically answered by a mysterious voice coming from the shadows. Who's in the what now? Oh, great, we got another weird one. And thus a new enemy arrives from the shadows. You got by far the more insolent. As proof, just look. You will never reach His Highness. I'm stunned to W. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna stop because that's annoying the shit out of me, and I'm not even the one watching this video right now, and that's annoying to me. Alright, yeah, so here's the new guy. We got Sternritter W, Nianzol, the Wind. That's right, I said the Wind, not the Wind like everybody else. Wanna know why? Well, let's consult Mr. Webster here, shall we? Alright, we got the Wind, which is a kind of air in motion, current of air, breath, power, respiration. Okay, I can kind of see how that could be what the power is that was redirecting all of Korinji's and Shutara's little BDSM squad attacks. I mean, like the air is maybe blowing a different direction, but let me read the direction of wind here. It's spelled the same way. To bend or turn, to twist, to coil, to twine or twist, to crook. You're getting where I'm going at with this. He's not the wind, he's the wind. He's this kind of wind, okay? It makes more sense, all right? I'm going with the wind here. The only difference here that's really maybe causing a little bit of an issue is that the chapter title is Winded by the Shadow. Window by the Shadow, so I guess it could be Winded by the Shadow, but hey, it makes about as much sense either or, but I'm going with the wind because of that reason. Also the fact that his, you know, he has 2 tongues, which, by the way, in case you're curious about my, you know, thoughts on his character design, it's really not that interesting. He has longer hair. I'm thinking he's a dude, and like I said, having 2 tongues really isn't that crazy. I mean, we had the whole shit with Pepe in the past couple chapters, okay? I don't care about a guy that has 2 tongues and slurs his words. Although, I will bring up something really quickly here. This may, in fact, be the Sternritter, the previously unknown Sternritter that fought against Ukitake back in chapter, I believe it was 545, that battle was set up, but we didn't get a lick of any kind of interchange between them, but the back of their heads looks about right. I was thinking it was maybe, well, obviously not Kangdu. I was thinking it was maybe Askin, but Askin's hair is a little bit shorter, and it's a little bit more slicked back than that, so Nianzol would be a perfect idea there, and we haven't seen Ukitake since his fight with him, if that was indeed him, so whatever his true power may be, we're not exactly sure. Although I'm sure Ukitake loved that fight, though, because he would probably just be like, hey there, White Hair Captain, I'm Sternritter W. Oh god, why do I always have to fight the ones that talk weird? Oh yeah, hey, well, if you got complaints, maybe you want to trade, because I always end up fighting the ones with the fucking guns. Ah, damn it, that hurts. Okay, you know what? Screw it. Next invasion, I'm going out and buying myself a goddamn Uzi. So yeah, really not much to talk about Nianzol, except the fact that he has a pretty cool name, except for the fact that he's Stern Ritter W, and my theory of Colonel Sanders Quincy being Stern Ritter W is basically shot in the back. No pun intended. Well, okay, I guess I'll jump on the bandwagon like everyone else and say he's M for the marksman. I guess that would make more sense. There's no way he's the C, because there's no way that Stern Ritter C, well, I hope no way that Stern Ritter C, which is a pretty high-ranking letter right behind, you know, Hashwolf and right between Askin, who I'm sure Askin's gonna pull some pretty cool shit. It could be taken out one-shotted by Byakuya off-screen. There's no way that's going down. I don't see any way that his letter could be the N. X, I always think is Shaz Domino for the X-ray, so that means that we only have about 2 Stern Ritters left that we completely don't know. I haven't seen any indication of. Now, my theory is that Yuha maybe brought some of the Stern Ritters with him, or maybe personally selected some of them to accompany him on his journey to the Soul Palace, because the ones that would, you know, fit that task perfectly. For example, Nianzol's ability is to completely counteract or wind attacks in any direction he pleases. That would be pretty good considering the fact that he's in enemy territory right now, and he's not control of the area, and they can basically attack him from any direction. Maybe Nianzol used his ability to maybe wind the water around Yuha Bach whenever Korinji summoned his water, because we saw the water around him, but it could have very easily been like, you know, like streaming around him because there was just so much of it. So that's a good idea. So if that's the case, maybe Stern Ritter C, which I'm pretty sure we haven't seen yet, is there with him, and maybe the other Stern Ritter would either be N or X or M, depending on which one Colonel Sanders and Shaz Domino would be. But I'm pretty sure that's why he brought the other ones with him. Maybe even it's going to be like Nianzol's going to fight against Shutara, and then the next Stern Ritter is going to fight against Nimaya. Korinji, I guess, ran home, and then the last Stern Ritter is going to fight against Ichibei, and then that'll just leave them to have their cool fights and maybe show off their Zanpakuto abilities, and then Yuha just goes to confront the Soul King, and then he'll walk in the room and Aizen will be there or some shit, I don't know. But, you know, maybe that's the setup Kubo's going to go with this, because we're kind of done with the fights on the surface in terms of, you know, all that, except for Renji and Rukia versus Basby. I believe that's the only one we have left. So Shutara just strikes a, you know, threatening gaze at Nianzol, and I guess their fight begins. So then we cut back down to the Vendante, where we see the hatch opening up below the 12th Division barracks, releasing the prototype, you know, Kukaku Flower Crane Cannon version 2.0 or whatever, and it's really freaking fucking loud, and Ichigo can barely hear anything, and he's complaining to Ohara, and he's just like, I can barely hear anything. He's like, well, whatever, the mood at times like this works out. So he charges up the cannon, Orihime, Chad, Yoroichi, Ichigo, and I guess even Ohara are all going up there. They're getting ready. Epic countdown. 3, 2, 1, boom! Whoa! Scratch the sky! I don't know, guys. I'm getting the impression that this is like setting up for like the big stage of the final battle. It's like in Naruto when, you know, after Obito, you know, the Ten Tails, blah, 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 and the Mandara gets resurrected, and it's like, oh, I think this is setting up for the final battle here. I'm getting that vibe too. I mean, I'm not saying the manga's gonna end anytime soon. I'm just saying the Soul Palace, it might very well be like the final battleground here. You know, we're going to the final location of the final arc, and we could still keep going for like, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 chapters, whatever, but this is where the final game, you know, this is the final showdown might happen. You know, Uryu's there, Yuha's there, all the other Stern Ritters are pretty much flatly either taken care of or explained on the surface, and if they're not, you know, Yuha could just summon them using the shadow technique or Hashwolf. So yeah, man, I'm getting ready. I'm pumped for this. But as for next chapter, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, we possibly might just, you know, cut to the Basby, Renji, and Rukia fight just to kind of finish that up, and then continue with the fight in the Soul Palace to see what Shutara is going to do against Nianzol. Maybe we'll have the other Zero Squad members show up. You know, it could go a couple ways like this. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. This will be Tekking101 signing out. Later, guys.